What's going on, guys? You guys are tuning into the Night Crew podcast, where we shine a light on people, stories, and realities that come alive after dark. I'm your host, Eric, a night stiff lifer, a private security vet, and an owner, and someone who has seen the industry from the inside. Tonight, we're on episode 13.
The nights
Rent a cop.
and full of terrors.
Let's go!
But this is where we belong. When the streets are empty and the city sleeps, we keep watch, we keep moving, we keep the lights on. Welcome to the Night Crew. Where the world slows down, but the stories never stop. Stay sharp, stay ready, and ride with us till dawn.
What's going on, guys? You guys tune back into the Night Crew podcast. Tonight, we're on episode 13, Rent a Cop. And before we get into the nitty gritty, first of all, I want to apologize for not keeping these consistent. Unfortunately, I've been, as a private security company owner and a worker and all this fun stuff, I have a lot of responsibilities. So, am I able to get to the podcast as often as I'd like to? We're working on it. We're definitely working on it, okay? But while we're working on it, we have a very special treat. We have the Monster 3 Extra Strength. And you know this is real when it's in like Oriental writing, I think Japanese, okay? And I found this in a liquor store. And I thought, I gotta try this out. So let's try it out. Oh, God dang it. There is no pull for this one.
Chug, 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 chug.
Oh. Chug, chug. As you can see, I was going with my hands. I don't like Monster. Okay? At all. But for the sake of this podcast, I want to try it out, and it's not bad. You can definitely taste there's some extra strength in there. Wherever it originated from, don't know, don't care. But yeah, it's actually a very I don't know. I'm afraid. I guess we'll figure it out as the podcast goes to see if I start talking more, becoming more excited, then I realize that the extra strength is kicking in. All right, guys. Well, tonight we're on chill. Guys, tonight we're on episode 13. Really fun.
Temporary job. Got a job over at Carson's Farmer's Market. Oh, Jesus, Church. Rent a cop? You can do better than that. Hope so. No, believe me, I know. I've been there.
Rent-a-cops. I hate rent-a-cops, too. You boys look pretty good with your rent-a-cop outfits on.
Yeah, very attractive. Very
Top flight security. We ain't no rent-a-cops. Daddy, how look? Dun, 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 dun. Like a damn snitch. Oh, man, that's cool. Look like you about ready to go tell on somebody right damn now. Where your flashlight at? Rent-a-cop. Supposed to have flashlights. You got to shine some damn body. You're supposed to get handcuffs, flashlights, taser guns, sunshine and shit.
You're a fucking rent-a-cop. You might think you're a real cop, but you're not. You know why? Because you're a fucking retard!
And the kid outside what? Federal damage? That guy's in rent-a-cop exchange shots. Kid caught a stray. It ain't looking good.
Every private security officer has heard at least once, twice, maybe a dozen times. Maybe they get it once a week. I don't know. And maybe it's someone heckling security guards that's conducting a foot patrol, and they're out there out their car window. Rent a cop! Paul Blart! Or maybe you're walking around and you're conducting a foot patrol and you're in a high traffic area and you got some kids going around and say, "Hey, what's up, Rent-A-Cop?" I mean, sometimes it's meant to be funny, but sometimes as someone who takes a lot of pride in his industry, it's a kick in the balls. You might as well just kick me. I might as well just open my legs, spread eagle, and let you just kick me in my balls. Okay? Nut shots. Unlimited nut shots. Gosh. And sometimes me as security, with someone who has a pride for the industry, it's almost like I want to compare someone calling me Rent-A-Cop as someone calling me the N-word with the hard R.
That's racist!
I mean, R they let that R just R. That's what I feel like. And I remember the first time, I got called a Rent-A-Cop. This is my first job working in a high traffic area. Because remember, I used to work for Transwest, and I was in a place where I literally had zero to no interaction with the public, and I hated it. And obviously, I wanted to move. I wanted to find a role where I was able to use my personality and joke around and learn, get some experience in how to talk to people. And so I landed a job working at the mall, and my first day on, I was fresh. Okay, I had got my hair cut, I had the pants, brand new pants. I got to wear those steel toe boots that I've talked about before, and I had this polo. We had gray polos. It wasn't Allied at the time. I had these gray polos because it was summertime. I had these gray polo, and I put that bad boy in the dryer like at least like another 30 minutes. So when I get there, it's over there hugging on my sleeves while I'm like walking around here, just like looking like, "Hey, how's it going, guys? Yeah, hey, yeah, code 4." I was excited. And as I'm walking around, I'm holding my duty belt. You guys see guys, security guards in the mall, they're walking around holding their duty belt, going like this. Yeah. That was me. And some kid comes up to me. It was on a weekend. He says, "Daddy, it's a police officer." Because based on how I was dressed, one would assume that because of I believe my professional appearance, this kid saw me as a law enforcement officer, which is not a bad thing. It means I'm looking crisp. And the son looks at him, stops, because I'm posted actually. The son looks at him and says, That's not a police officer. That's a Rent-A-Cop." Oh, that poor kid. Okay, talk about emotional damage. To me and the kid. The kid's disappointed because he's like, "Oh my God, a police officer." And then his dad just shoots me down too, and says, "That's not a police officer. That's a Rent-A-Cop." Gosh, dang it. Wish I could see him today. Get a piece of my mind. I laughed, I chuckled a little bit, I was like, yeah. You got me. Yeah, Rent-A-Cop. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it actually really pissed me off. F that kid. Where's he at now? So, and to be honest with you, we have to carry that stuff with us, right? Getting called a Rent-A-Cop, whatever. And I used to think, man, like, these people don't know what I deal with on a daily basis. Okay. And the fact that, someone comes up and points at me with their child present, the kid had to be like 10, and to tell him I'm Rent-A-Cop, So tonight, I wanted to talk to you guys about the phrase, where it came from, where it originated from, and how it stuck around for so long, and how we as an industry can work on killing that name for good. Now, let's go back a bit and the term rent-a-cop. And I'm going to say it probably started around the 70s and 80s when private security really started to grow. You started seeing private security in shopping malls, factories, big, large events. And they started using private security companies instead of relying solely on law enforcement officers and police departments because they were so backed up. They just didn't have enough police officers out there. Back then, law enforcement sometimes called us the rented police. And not always, I don't think it was an insult at the time, but I think over time it started to catch on. And the public took it, they twisted it, and like a baby, Rent-A-Cop was born. I birthed you. And you know what? To be honest with you guys, pop culture. Oh God, I hate Burt Reynolds. Pop culture didn't help. In 1987, there was an actual movie called Rent-A-Cop, and it was Burt Reynolds, and he's playing a disgraced cop, right? Who ends up becoming mall security, and it basically, and so it basically so it was basically every stereotype rolled into one. Okay, lazy guard, bad uniform. You know, there's really they don't really have any sense of authority. And TV shows and movies and cartoons kept portraying security guards as overweight, bored, caffeinated. Not me. Caffeinated guys sitting in front of a TV screen with a bunch of black and white cameras. And that image stuck with people in their head. And so obviously through generations, the parents, oh, Rent-A-Cop, oh, Rent-A-Cop, oh, Rent-A-Cop, Rent-A-Cop. And then the kids hear it, and then the kids tell their kids, and then now Rent-A-Cop is just an overly used word. And I just think that people are so ignorant because they don't even know where the word originated from. They got it from somebody else. Because they can't think for themselves. And that's as far as their intellect will ever take them, is just Rent-A-Cop. That's it. Sorry if I made offend anybody. And here's the thing. A part of why it's stuck, I believe, is because we technically are rented. Okay. We're not hired by the city to protect people. We're hired by clients, and they hire us for a fee. Okay? And we're contracted to be there. We sign a contract. Hey, it's going to be $45 an hour. Here's the invoice. This and that. And somewhere along the way, Rent-A-Cop stopped meaning higher protection and started meaning wannabe cop. Someone who's not good enough to be the real thing. You know? It's a shadow of what real law enforcement is. And Rent-A-Cop is almost never used in a nice way, right? No one ever says, oh, that nice old Rent-A-Cop over there, he's a good guy. I love him. No. It's used as a racial slur.
That's racist!
Okay, not a racial slur. But it's a jab. It's a punch in the balls. Again, I might as well just sit there, open my legs, and let people start kicking me in my balls. You know, and people say, you're not a real cop. You don't have no authority. You're probably underpaid and overcompensating for something. Your wife doesn't even love you at home. Wow. That was deep. I mean, it gets to the point where they get so personal. Calm down, man. Why you gotta bring my wife in this, bro? I'm not even married. I mean, at times I've had residents. I've had, I worked at apartment complexes, and we were hired to do a job, and I couldn't let them enter the common area because they didn't have a key card. They wanted me to open it up for them. So I'm sorry, I can't. This is not. Oh, you know what? You take your job too serious. You're a rent-a-cop. Wow, that hurts. I've gone to networking events and then people didn't know who the heck I was. Like, I'm just walking in there, got my little name tag and everything, and I hear business owners, where there's a security guard out there that goes, hey, look, there's that rent-a-cop out there. She's over there. Just being so serious. I'm like, and I mean, I wanted to step in and be like, hey, don't call her that. I'm one too. But I was like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, the rent-a-cop. Yeah, she's really taking her job way too serious over there. Yeah, she's over there walking the parking lot doing a job. Nerve. I mean, I even had, law enforcement say it. And they try to joke about it. It's not funny. And usually the law enforcement officers that call us rent-a-cops are law enforcement officers that never ever worked security, have no idea what security is. They literally worked at a grocery store for 2 years, decided they wanted to change their life and become something better than themselves, and decided to become a police officer. That's where all their stories come from. You talk to all these law enforcement officers, say, hey, what did you do before? Oh, I worked in the oil fields. Oh, I worked in a warehouse. Oh, I lived off my mommy and daddy. These law enforcement officers never came from real solid backgrounds. You got a few of them that came from the military, but a lot of these guys come from warehouses or working at Food for Less, for 16 years and decided they want to make a change. I knew a guy that worked at Coca-Cola for 15 years and woke up one day after he took a sip of his Coca-Cola and said, you know what? I don't want that anymore. I want to be a law enforcement officer. Goes to the academy. He's a law enforcement officer. Boom. But no one ever questions where he comes from. No one says, hey, what's your background? They have no background. Okay, sorry. Got a little passion over here. See, the problem is the term doesn't just hurt feelings, okay? Or kicking the balls. I believe it chips away at respect. If someone already sees you as a joke, it's harder to get them to follow directions. It's hard to get them to comply. It's harder to de-escalate a situation. It's harder to do your job. Because in their mind, they look at you as rent-a-cop. I mean, it affects morale for newly hired security guards. You get that young guy or that girl on a post, and they're trying to do everything right, and the first thing they hear is rent-a-cop, and it sticks in their head. And I remember when that day that I worked mall security, and that kid called me a rent-a-cop, I was already looking for another job. I saw I'm really speaking my age here, but I saw Sears Loss Prevention over there detaining people outside of the store. And I just saw so much respect that came with that job. Plain clothes, polo, jeans, kind of stocky. Just sitting here, just grabbing guys and going, yeah, you're under arrest. And I said, I want that. And so after I went down and I ventured off, and I got a job working at Kmart doing loss prevention, and I did very well there. I excelled. And I'll be honest with you, till this day, I still love loss prevention. Okay, I love chasing people and jumping in people's cars. I know. Yeah, cowboy days. But those days are long gone. And here's something where I gotta be honest with you guys in my own industry, that sometimes the shoe actually fits. I've seen guards who make us all look bad. Okay, I post videos all the time of these security guards overstepping their boundaries, doing more than they need to be doing. And you got all these unlicensed terrorist security companies who will hire literally anyone. They'll hire their mom, they'll hire their sister, they'll hire their cousin. And they got no background checks. They have no formal training, and their uniform standards are, well, you see them. I can see just from a mile, not even a mile away. Yeah, from a mile away. I can spot an unlicensed security guard or a security company based on their mannerism, based on how they dress, based on how they look. I'm like, yeah, that dude doesn't have a guard card. And I'm not saying I know it all, but you know what? I won't say 10 out of 10. I'll say 8 out of 10 times I'm correct that these people that I see or identify are unlicensed. Okay. And if we're talking about why the term rent-a-cop gets thrown around so much like a goddamn rag doll, let's be real. Companies like Allied, Allied, they don't help. They're one of the biggest names in the industry, but they run so big and so fast that a lot of their staff end up with no actual direct training. They'll give you a uniform. Hey, what size shirt you wear? You wear a large. Hey, here's a large right here. Matter of fact, hey, I got one in the back of my trunk. They'll give you a uniform. And they'll send you on a post without even making sure that the security guard knows the property rules. Okay? They have a little post order. They said, this is what you read. This is what you do. Here you go, buddy. Have at it. And you've got guards who've been on the job for like 2 days, and they're already walking into situations, and they have no clue how to handle it. That's why you see these videos of these security guards that are overstepping their boundaries, that are doing a little bit too much because they don't know and they have never been trained on how to properly de-escalate a situation. And the public sees it. They remember the guy who didn't know where the exits were. Or the one who couldn't operate the gate. And guess what? That image sticks. So yeah, Allied Universal is a perfect example of how the term rent-a-cop stereotype survives and continues to exist till today.
Have you been informed about the best job ever? Just become a security guard. It's easy. I literally get paid to ignore all responsibilities, pass the Dutchie to the left-hand side, and do the most on post. And if you don't believe me, join my stream. I'm gonna try to be streaming all night over on my TikTok at tiktok.com/.
Big name, low standards, in a lot of places. And it ends up hurting the rest of us who are actually out there trying to do the damn job right. Okay? And it's not just them. Okay? They're just the biggest, most visible example. Every time that there's a mass shooting, every time there's an incident, there's always allies surrounding all this. Okay, I can pull up so many videos right now. All I have to do is put Allied on TikTok, and there's millions of TikToks of Allied security guards twerking on camera, talking to little kids,
I would want you
getting caught doing all kind of weird stuff.
I'm not so bored here. Let me see your face. Ooh.
And they're giving that stereotype free advertisement. Rent-a-cop. That's us. And that's so when people view security in life, they don't view that nicely dressed security guard, security officer. They view Allied Universal. That's the standard of security today. I've seen guards sleeping in their vehicles, standing around glued to their phone when a fight breaks out, literally 20 feet away. Okay, the reason why, we see so many videos of these fights is because they have no situational awareness. They're not looking at someone that has a pissed off face that's giving someone else a dirty look and waiting for that person to turn around. That's a perfect time to help de-escalate the situation. Hey, are we good? Hey, are you have a problem with this person? You know what? Do me a favor. Go across the street. They won't say anything to you. But no. They wait for things to happen and then wonder, shit, how do we get out of it? There's a video that I just posted a few days ago of a bunch of kids fighting in the mall. And you mean to tell me that these security guards could not pick up the cues? Do you mean that Allied does not go talk to all the kiosks, say, hey, if you see something, say something? Are they educating the mall employees? Hey, guys, guess what? If you guys happen to see any verbal aggression, anyone saying F you, F this, please let us know. Call us. Sorry. But we also see security guards out there picking fights over the smallest things, taking their job too serious. When they say, "Hey, sorry, man," you have to say if only 5 people can come in, and then you see the thing is that security guards take their jobs too literal when they say only 5 can come in, only 5 are going to go in. They won't let the 6 or 7 person slip in. They're like, "Nope, yeah, stand my ground, no, 5 only." Knowing that conversation could have easily been de-escalated if you just let the 6 or 7 person go in. And when the public sees that, the image they remember of Rent-A-Cop, and it sticks with them. And I don't think it's going to go anywhere until we decide to finally change that behavior. And how do we fix it? We can't control what people call us, okay? I get that. But we can control how we carry ourselves. And first is professionalism. Your uniform has to look good. Your gear should be looking good. If you're going to be carrying a basket weave duty belt, make sure that all your attachments on your duty belt are basket weave or nylon. If you guys have patrol vehicles, your vehicle should not look like it went through a freaking demolition derby. Okay, the great example of a demolition derby is O&A Security, who no longer exists. Their cars looked like a bunch of crackheads ran through them. And if you look sharp, people notice it. I don't want to talk too much about myself, but when I go to places and when some of my officers, when we show up to places, people say, "How are you doing, officer? Hello, sir." And I'm like, "Oh, whoa. Hey, no. Don't call me that. Don't call me that. Call me Rent-A-Cop, okay? Call what you want to call me." They're like, "No, I'm really being respectful." I'm like, "Gosh dang, you're such a nice person. I love you." But it's all about how you dress, your professionalism, your mannerism. My haircut is done every single week. I don't ever sometimes I let a week go past, but I never go a week without a haircut. I always make sure that I am professional at all times. Okay? I make sure I tuck my shirt in. I make sure that my belt fits. I'll make sure that all my equipment is secure. Second, training. Know your laws. Okay? Know what a trespass is. Know what loitering is. Have knowledge on things like that security typically run into. We're going to run into people that are loitering. We're going to run into people that are trespassing. What's the difference between loitering and trespassing? When do you trespass someone from a property? Your clients have rules. Learn them. Okay? All my clients have given me a packet of rules. Okay? And I'm not going to say I follow every single last one of them, but I follow the ones that I believe that are more important. Okay? Loitering, not being present with your resident, things like that. Those are things that we can control, where it's not look like we're overstepping our job or we're doing too much. Okay? If someone's in the pool, if the pool closes at 10 and someone's in the pool at 10:30, I'm gonna give it some time. 10 o'clock doesn't always have to be 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock sometimes can be 10:30. And I know the word de-escalation is over. I use the word de-escalation all the time. Okay. And it's not just, some just fly by the word, just buzzword. It's how you keep things from turning into a headline. It's how you keep things from going on, from you being put on the internet. De-escalation is how you keep yourself off of social media. Problem with security guards, they don't de-escalate. That's why security guards are the best content for content creators. I hate them too. First Amendment auditors love security. They love them. That one security guard just made him $5,000 for acting how we expect a security guard to act. Overly aggressive, overstepping their boundaries. Don't know how to de-escalate, don't know how to defuse a situation, and guess what? Guess who wins? The content creators.
Allied Universal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're clowns. Oh! They usually hire clowns.
Oh, yeah? Now you're calling me a clown?
Yeah.
So I'm a clown?
Yeah.
Fuck you. What's up?
What's up then?
Fuck you.
The fuck? You gonna smack me, homie?
Security guard might lose his job after that one. Third, community relations. Talk to people. Learn the residents' names. If you work on a private property and you're there 5 days a week, there is no reason why you don't know people's names. Okay? Introduce yourself. Hello. How are you? Be approachable. I just started a new contract last month. And you know what I do? I don't even drive my patrol vehicle all night. I do my first round of patrol vehicle, and after that, I'm on foot the whole time. I see people walking around. I say, hey, hello, how are you? So I can identify myself with these people so I can say, oh, that's Ethan. Oh, hey, that's Ashley. Okay, yeah, Ashley's got a lot of friends. Too many friends. At least I have a relationship with them where I know that much. And we want the people that we protect to say, that's our security. Those are our officers. Not the, oh God. Freaking Paul Blart guy is going to put another sticker on my car. I'm parking the red zone. I've had so many situations where people clearly thought I was just another rent-a-cop. Okay. They were expecting me to become verbally aggressive towards them. There are people out there that do not like authority. Okay. I have to respect that these people don't like authority, that they've had too many run-ins with law enforcement and their views of just law enforcement, period. Anyone that's an authoritative figure, they're not going to like them. So I have to change those scenarios, and I cannot sit there just because I have all this cool equipment on. Doesn't mean I can't go to someone calmly and say, hey, it's fine. I'm just trying to see where you're going. Okay? And a lot of times, these people expect me as a security officer to act the way a law enforcement officer would do. Hey, where you going? Hey, come here. I'm talking to you. Get over here. No. Our job should be customer service. Okay? I hate to say it like that, but at the end of the day, our job is customer service. People, persons. Okay? And I've had people where they just thought like, oh God, this guy's going to sit there and this guy's going to harass me. Until they saw how I handled an issue. Calm, professional, by the book. I'm never really by the book. But by the end, these people over here shaking my hand and thanking me. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And that's how you guys can change the narrative. One property at a time. And there was one time where I dealt with a homeless girl and I was trying to get her some housing. And a law enforcement officer didn't know how to talk to her. They were just talking crazy. They said, well, if you don't give me your name, I want to take you to jail. And obviously that's not what she wanted to hear. Okay. Someone who has recently experienced homelessness does not want to say, well, if you don't give me your ID, I'm going to take you to jail. So she says, I want to talk to that guy. And I'm like, oh, what? Who? Me? She wanted to talk to me. She wanted me to be her resource. She didn't want law enforcement to talk to her. As soon as they started to put on that authoritative role, she was already out. But me, I talk to her calmly. Hey, are you okay? Can I help you with something? Do you want some water? Just I always carry water with me, just in case it gets thirsty. Now, let's open up a little bit. The term rent-a-cop is not going to go away completely. Okay. The security industry is too damn big and the quality is all over the place. And as long as there are companies like Allied and all these cookie cutting corner security companies that are paying rock bottom wages, there will always be guards to live up to the stereotype. But we can change what the public sees most often. And clients got to understand that if they want top tier service, they can't be on a bottom tier budget. Companies need to value their guards enough to train them, equip them, and pay them fairly. I see so many security companies that I talk to, and I'm like, hey, what are you paying your guards? Oh, I'm paying them $16.50. Why? We have to pay people comfortable wages and stop lowballing ourselves and stop lowballing the quality of our work to hire some guy for $16 an hour. Okay. You're not going to get quality out of that. You cannot go and look at that property and say, well, we've done some great work here. At the end of the day, security is the first line of defense in a lot of places. Okay. We're the ones where the police are minutes away. We see things before they escalate, and we're often the only presence keeping bad situations from getting worse. We may see security guards and be like, yeah, ready cop. Yeah, look at that ready cop over there. But what if we weren't there? What if private security never existed and there was no security at all? No uniforms, no companies. It's just let law enforcement just handle everything. This world would be chaos. That type of work, being present there before law enforcement shows up, that's not rent-a-cop work. That's real work. Some of my takeaways: we can't control the words people use, okay? But we can control the reputation we build. Every time we show up looking professional and acting professional and doing the job right, we chip away that stereotype. We can either live down to be rent-a-cops or make it disappear. It's your guys' choice. For those out there that are taking their job serious and they're training their guards and they're providing a professional look to their clients, thank you guys for breaking the stigma of rent-a-cop. Because without you guys, without Black Knight, without Secure America, without freaking, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like kind of running, my brain's kind of SJV Patrol, South Coast Public Safety. All those companies out there make me want to do better, because that type of presence and that type of professionalism and the training they put into their guards and their officers is exactly what we should all, that's the standard we should all be following. And if we're not, we need to start. Okay, so we're not riding on anyone's junk, right? We're not saying, oh my God, ooh, Black Knight, oh my God, I want to be like Black Knight. No! We look at these people as examples and say, this is what we need to look like. This is how we got to train our people. All right, guys, I'm all out of time. If you guys like this podcast, like, share, subscribe. If you guys have any comments towards today's podcast, excuse me, why I keep saying tonight's podcast, let me know. Tell me how you feel. Tell me your thoughts on private security and the term rent-a-cop. Okay, how do we get away from the word rent-a-cop, and how do we replace that with just professional? Because at the end of the day, we can all we can do is make ourselves and each other better. Okay? The nights are dark and full of terror.
This has been the Night Crew.
Stay sharp. Stay safe. I'll catch you on the next ship.